But the R in the name? We okay to start, Richard? Now I will call the meeting to order, and there are three of us.
Neil Rice, John White here, Crutcher.
Approval of the agenda. Citizen comments, seeing no one is here. Public announcement, sir, do you have anything you want to share? Something neat to know coming up in the park?
I was just getting ready for summer camps. Some openings, I'm not sure exactly how much, but they want to call the nature park and find out.
All right. Approval of the minutes from our meeting in March. Second?
I'll vote aye.
All right, minutes approved. And back to Mr. Richard again for any park updates from the park staff. From the park staff.
His name is Keith.
Oh, why did I say Richard? I'm sorry. Ignore me, Keith. I have that disease, by the way. There really is a disease for names. I can remember intricate database designs on million-dollar equipment, and I can't remember a name.
I got all the information back to city manager for the sidewalks. So he's trying to get that out to bid, and hopefully.
And that's the main one on that one is the one going to the Joanne's.
Yeah, that's from the Nature Center outdoor classroom. No updates on pretty much anything else out there.
The one I'm looking forward to is the trail between the library and here, or
Right,
the library and the park.
And I've tried reaching out to Kathy, but I haven't heard anything back from her. No.
But I thought we had one, but it's like someone from the state that's assigned. Is that how that
No, I
works?
mean, the city has one. I just know he lost a lot of his staff,
Okay.
and
The
so,
guy that had the hunting accident.
I just don't know
I'll give,
if they're wanting someone they're not wanting someone actually hired who works here, right?
no. Well, he draws up the forest management plan. I know they've been out and they walked the entire park and did the inventory that the land trust requires. That took them a little while to do because they got to identify all the trees and look for the density in certain areas, especially with the pines.
How often does that have to be done, or do you want it to be done?
Well, it's going to be on his recommendations, so if, he'll give us recommendations on whether we need to, what areas might have to be thinned, or other recommendations on executive basis and stuff like that.
I guess what I meant was, they'll do one, that'll set a standard, and then do you do another one like every 5 years, every 2 years?
Depending on what you did on that. I guess if you look at it and say the forest management plan is a guideline, sort of like a master plan,
Right.
you have your goals built inside them.
Oh,
so
so
his
if you have a yearly goal, you
recommendations-
might want to,
His recommendations would be, say, thin this area, burn this area, or control burns or whatever, certain areas.
Is that something that
Yeah, that's typically you would do like your, say, sticking with the 5 years. If there was a 5-year thing, first year expenses or second year and so on. So yes, it would be something that would be approved by them and then plan for that or however, the board wants to move on with that.
I know they did one burn there that worked pretty good. It seems, there's a lot of undergrowth now coming up.
Well, actually did 3 of them out there. 2 of them were in the same area because they didn't like the way the first one.
All right. Old business,
I have
oh,
a
go ahead,
question
go ahead.
For Keith. Shape are the trails in now?
We're hopefully this upcoming budget. I know the police are working on so that we could actually get back in there and move material.
The last time my wife was out there, she mentioned that's.
Biggest part I remember all the walking we do on the trails. Especially the parts when you're going sun by the, you get those deep ruts kind of. That's the biggest part I remember. All right, item 8, bring up old business. You had us defer this from.
Yeah, and since we don't have a, it's really, he may even have to take it back to the board to see if there's really no reason to go forward with
that. And next item, number 9, any new business? I didn't get any emails or any suggestions or anything.
When, wow, when do they start looking at the,
They're ready in the process, getting ready to go to the BOC. Scott works on a budget, way he set up the budgets, or you can actually do them 5-10 years out the way he's got it set up. So it's pretty.
Forum he was talking
about. Right, and it actually seems to be working pretty good.
What I was asking is, and kind of getting back to that seems to me put into the budget for next year, that they would look at that and then.
Yeah, you would, because if I remember right, Debbie Rainey's the one over Parks, right?
Commissioner, yes.
Yes. So I would love to think the way things work is anything that's going into the budget they want to add that they've not talked about or researched, they would say, let's send that to the park board or park commission to say, to research this, get back by a certain date to say, this is how much we think it would cost for these different options.
I wish they would.
Well,
They haven't deferred anything to us in
well,
how long?
let's make it an item. We'll make it an item in the minutes.
Why do we exist?
Right.
It's to defer to us for study, but they haven't.
Well, I can make it a point to email Debbie when we leave in the next day to say, this is what we'd like to see happen if possible. Don't forget your park commission in the budget process to help you with whatever you want to do.
I do remember like about 2 months ago in one of the workshops
Permanent or temporary?
I think permanent, similar to what's out at the Parks and Rec Center over off partially. And I've heard if you on Facebook, sometimes it gets mentioned when but yeah, if
Oh, yeah.
email Debbie.
Even if we
Activity.
don't make it this time, I would hope we will, but
Right, well, I know
but
there's.
it's not, I mean, the process is gonna be going how much longer?
Close.
Well, I believe first reading may go at the end of this. The
They meet tomorrow,
next
right?
commissioners. No.
There was something tomorrow, on the 8th. What was it?
Yeah, the planning commission.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay.
They meet on the first.
Saw something and thought it was, okay.
So you think they may have
I think the first reading,
a
yes.
reading?
Because they got to have it approved by, obviously, July 1.
I'll try to.
And we're May already.
Yeah, I'll try to educate myself and kind of go out
All right.
And we do have money in, Scott is the last 2 years or last two budgets that I could see, like the ADA trail, you know, that money was approved. Scott actually had that in the budget. And he also has, I know there's money in this budget for miscellaneous park projects. So
There's a line item in there.
he
just-
is putting stuff in there, so.
there will be money there, but it will not be
Nothing I know. I
specified
mean,
what
we've talked
it's.
about-
Right, something comes up, and typically he tries to give us money towards
Oh, you're
the
talking about
master
the-
plan
the
too, so.
Friends of Bowie Park.
Yeah. And it was specifically said trail
Specifically
repair,
said for trail improvement,
some of it. yeah.
part of the money on tool. Treasurer, so you would probably know more about that than
Yeah,
I do.
I'm trying to remember. There was
Yeah.
quite a bit left, so maybe that's something. All right, with no new business then, let's, next meeting will be Monday, June 4th. Last thing is number 11 before we adjourn, comments from the commission, from park commissioners, yeah.
I think I've pretty much. I think we kind of need to. Her input on things. and,
I'll probably even do it tonight. I'll CC you.
kind
I'll
of,
CC the board.
Yeah, so. I know softball season is. Price, make sure he's.
Okay, I will call the meeting adjourned.